I just filmed a get ready with me in my last video. If you have not seen it, I'll put a link down below for you to watch it. But in today's video, I definitely want to share ways of how to overcome your fear of vlogging. I think vlogging is such a great way to share stories and build connection and keep the audience engaged with moments of different things moving in the background and changes and movement. It causes the senses for your audience to really feel captivated by being distracted and other senses taking in what's going on as you're vlogging and sharing with whatever you're trying to share in your content. In today's video, I'm going to take you along with me and share techniques of the things that I've done to vlog and using hacks that I've overcome when it comes to vlogging in public, and especially for my introverted women who are just like, no, Justine, I'm not doing it. I'm not going out there in public with the camera out there. Just hold on. Like, before you even do that, I promise you, I'm going to save you time, space, and energy to really step into your power, but also delivering some engaging content with your audience. So if you're interested in learning what I've done in the past when it came to growing my YouTube channel from previous to over 31,000 subscribers, hit over 2 million views, end up on Google's first page, and was able to monetize my channel in a couple of months, this is part of it. I didn't do this before because vlogging wasn't a thing when I first started in 2017, but I want to share the techniques that I did over time to build the courage to get out of my comfort zone, get out of my house, and record and share my experience with my audience. And I want you to do the same. So if you're interested, feel free to keep watching. And if you want to take it a step further and dive even deeper into learning how to monetize your channel, start getting paid from Google AdSense, stop creating content that doesn't get seen by anyone, and live that life that's freeing to be truly who you are by creating the content that people love. If you're interested in that, I do have a free training. I'll leave it in the link down below so you can go check it out. Otherwise, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing is, well, we have to take you out and we have to come together. So, all right, hold on. Okay, there we go. Now, I did like a whole get ready with me because I wanted to share more about me and the camera. But another thing that I had to overcome was vlogging in public and utilizing my content skills to still be an introvert. So if you watched that last video, I talked about I was a person who hated the limelight, who hated to be seen by anybody. And to this day, that little girl in me still is like, well, what are we doing? I want to talk about the things that I've done in the past when it comes to vlogging and sharing my story, because even if you're an introvert, even if you have a fear of being judged by people, you can still vlog and keep it fun and entertaining and engaging with your audience in a way that's fun for you versus just like kind of like a sit down in your home in your comfort zone. Like, girl, we getting out of that this year. So normally, as we know, with co-create over coffee, I like to get coffee. Well, on my last video, I drank all my water and I told myself I was going to get a coffee. So we're going to go out in public and record, but I'm also going to share some hacks of what I've utilized to vlog. One secret hack that I've done when it comes to vlogging is I don't take out my Sony ZV-1. And if you want to know more about the tools that I have in order to execute and build an engaging audience, feel free to let me know. I was thinking about doing like a marketing or content marketing, like tools I can't live without. But I don't really bring out this camera so much when I'm in public because I haven't gotten over that part yet. But I do carry my phone, and this phone, the phones that we have today, are so good that you really sometimes can't tell. I mean, you can now that I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put you on, but you really can't tell on the quality because this camera in these phones are super quality. So inside or by myself, I tend to use this camera, but when I'm in public and I'm trying to do a little secret, I'll be putting on my phone. So that's one hack you can do. Utilize your phone, especially if you're in public, because people are used to seeing other people record like their stories on Instagram or sharing things that they want. If you're a girly and you love vlogging, you don't care about recording in public, like, let me know your secrets because, honey, Lord Jesus, the introvert in me just can't. I think vlogging is a great place for you to keep your audience engaged. It's also a great place if you're used to how to do your makeup, how to do these things when it comes down to your overall content that's normally sit down in front of the camera in your house. But like if you're buying supplies, like let's say for instance, this beautiful perfume that I'm getting right here. Go to Sephora and show people, oh, this smells so good. Show people that you're buying something. If you're doing product reviews, take people behind the scenes and vlog with them. I think that's such a great way to, again, be creative with your content, because content creation, if we think about co-create with God, we are creators. So it's in us to be creative, especially if you're creating content on YouTube. We're going to utilize and bridge the fact that we're trying to be creative with how we show up on camera by taking people and doing something a little different that's engaging. And you'd be surprised, especially for people who do subscribe to you, they already love you. They're going to want to see like the shop with me, get ready with me, clean with me, behind the scenes. Vlogging is a very great way to tell a different story than what they're used to seeing. Now that I'm ready, I'm dying to get some coffee. And if you don't know, Starbucks is my go-to. Now, I love the coffee shops too, but my go-to is an iced caramel macchiato with coconut milk, extra caramel drizzle, and I drink decaf because it is late. So let's get started. Also, taking extra batteries. Big thing when it comes down to if you're using your camera outside, because God knows battery is always dying all the time. One thing I like doing is, like, if you have a camera and I have my phone here, I would put the camera right here on my phone charger holder, whatever. It tends to fall off when I'm driving, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use my phone. But I would put it in, close the door. Also, a big thing about when it comes down to vlogging is wiping down your lens. So do that together. There we go. So now, instead of like putting my camera in, I'm just kind of showing you guys what I would do when I used to vlog on my channel. And I never cared about being in the car when it came down to vlogging, because at that point, I didn't care what people were watching me or not, because they didn't know if I was talking to someone or not. So utilize what you can. So this is like hack number 2 when it comes down to vlogging, is that, hopefully you guys can hear me. The one thing about like being in a state that's very hot is like it gets hot very quickly. One thing I've done before is that I vlog inside of my car more and have conversations with my audience. Now, the one thing I will share that a lot of people do is that they look at themselves in the camera and see how I'm not looking at you, but the moment I'm looking at the lens right here, when it comes to using your phones, please make sure that you're looking at the camera and not yourself, because it's a big difference. You want to build connection with your audience. You want to make sure you're staring at your camera. It is awkward at first, but I promise you, when you continue to do it, it gets a lot easier. And you used to not looking at yourself, you can kind of see yourself in the peripheral, but it's more important to be focused on the lens than focus on yourself, because now you're not building that companionship with your audience, if that makes sense. Another thing that you can do when it comes down to utilizing your phone, especially if you don't have a camera, something like this with a microphone, because again, if you're just getting started, you don't need all that. But if you do have a phone, I believe it's the iPhone 14 or 15 or the Samsung, whatever, you can cause like a cinematic background. So I'm going to show you that now. This is an example of utilizing your camera. You see how high quality it looks like? It's focusing on my face, and I'm able to now make it seem like I'm delivering something of high value with a camera, but it's really my phone. And it really gives that blur effect, which creates high quality content. So I always utilize the cinematic effect on my phone, especially if I'm vlogging, because it really helps to really deliver a high quality image. And it gives that essence of like you not utilizing your phone when it comes down to you vlogging. So utilize that trick, because it has been a game changer with how I show up on camera. It keeps the audience engaged. Now let's go get some coffee. Let's go driving and talk about the next hack that I do in order to vlog in public. And right now I am so hot, and every time I turn on the vents, you're going to hear it. Let me just take off a little bit and then we come back. With
anything else?
With just extra caramel drizzle.
Oh, hold on. Is that Justine?
Yes.
I got you. There you go. Oh, like, hold on. I know this voice.
Oh, thanks. It's Dia.
Got you, ma'am. I got you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right, I'll see you at the window.
Okay, so fun fact. I come to this Starbucks by my house all the time, and the baristas have known my name. That's how much I love coffee. I had to create a YouTube about it. I had to be able to share it with you, and the baristas at my Starbucks know me like they know it helps to feel good and special. But anyways, another hack is that even changing up the scene, if you're not a person who likes to even go in public when it comes down to vlogging and you just want to be in a different setting like your car, that's something that you can definitely do. It's something I've done. Let's say for instance, you're like, all right, I went in Yalta, maybe you showed a little b-roll and you're showing what you're buying and grabbing off the shelves, but you come in your car and you're sharing your haul or in your house. It's just being creative again with sharing a story, because that's what vlogging is. It's all about telling a story and taking the person on with you as if we are on FaceTime together.
I'll be right with you, ma'am.
Okay. I came too far.
What is your app?
It's on my phone. You want me to get it? Okay.
Do you need a straw, ma'am?
Yes, please.
There we go. You don't have to small one.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. All right. So you saw in real time. I didn't want to use my phone because I wanted to record the whole experience for you. But obviously when it comes down to vlogging, you just never know. So I was trying to use my car, but he was just like, absolutely not. Like, my baristas know. Like, shout out to Starbucks. Shout out to the people they hire because they are amazing. So one thing also that I've done in the past is I have isolated myself like in a parking lot, like what I'm doing right now, sit under a tree and share the momentum or whatever content I wanted to create. And so we got a little Starbucks. So let's do a little shake. And this is a long straw. He said they didn't have any other ones, so I just like to get the caramel in there. There's a lot of caramel. One thing about vlogging is that you kind of don't know where it's gonna go. One thing about vlogging is about telling a story. And I used to be a reading teacher and I used to teach my students about plot. And I'll put a little screenshot here for you to know what a plot is. But sometimes the rising action or even the climax of the video can happen naturally just because you are vlogging, and sometimes you don't know what the day will be like. But that's also the climax of the story that you're vlogging can literally be the beginning of a hook that you utilize in your content on YouTube, because hooking in your audience within the first 30 seconds is so important. So you want to gravitate as to why someone should continue to watch your story or your video, especially if they don't know you, because we always want to create content as if somebody doesn't know who you are. YouTube does really well with its creators in pushing content out to new people all the time. With the climax, like right now, it's a great example of me wanting to record and then my barista's like, no, give me your phone, go on the Starbucks app, get your free stars, and so that way you get your free coffee in the future. You just never know, but this is great coffee. Cheers for you watching this video. So let's continue to talk about when it comes down to vlogging in public. As we see, I am not a person who likes to walk and talk with the selfie stick, even though I did bring it, because I'm going to try and overcome that fear. Now, this is probably the most dangerous thing I'm doing right now, but let's turn this air down, is recording while I'm driving. But in my defense, it does cause you to have movement in the background, so that way you're able to then talk and drive. And sometimes it can alleviate feeling pressured. A lot of people, when it comes down to vlogging, the biggest thing is I don't want to say ums and ahs. And one, you can edit all that out with any editing app. Some of the editing apps I've used is InShot, CapCut, Final Cut Pro. Those are like my three go-tos. When I use Final Cut, it's usually on the laptop or a computer. CapCut or InShot is usually on phone when I need to edit on the spot. But recording while driving is not the most safest thing. I won't recommend it fully, but it does create movement. It does entice different senses. And yes, will people see in your car looking at you record? Yes, but you won't see them. And what I usually do is I usually park in between cars so that way they can't see me side by side. So let me show you right now what I did. Right here, there's a car right here, and there's a car right there. There's no one right here. So I've worked that to my advantage when it comes down to recording in the car. So now no one can see me from this side or this side. Secret hack. Even showing like different elements of you driving, especially if it's like a nice scenic route, this is a great way to add B-roll into your content and get people, again, to share a story visually without you having to talk in front of the camera. And again, if you're scared to sit here and share and record, one thing I have learned is, what was it? I remembered. It was, yeah, this is not safe. It's not safe at all. Another thing you can do that I've done before, and I'm still recording on my phone, is that you can go to an isolated place and kind of share your story with whatever you want. Maybe it's a conversation of get to know me, or maybe it's talking about a time where you had this big challenge and now all of a sudden you need to share it with everyone. And or maybe you've been thinking a lot about what you want to do with your content and you're trying to get feedback. Whatever comes to mind is the thing that bridges the connection with your audience. That's the biggest purpose. And as you can hear, there is a big party going on where I'm at. So it's not the quietest, but again, nobody's around me. So now I'm gonna record, but I'm gonna go back and walk as if I've already created the content. Life hack: if you see a little bridge, put your phone on it and walk. Creating B-roll is so important for vlogging because it helps you to accentuate what you want to create. People need to visually see what you're talking about versus just always talking about it. And another great way is just to record things that you're doing within the vlog. If you don't know what B-roll is just basically, well, A-roll is this, when I'm talking to the camera and it's facing me and we're talking. But if I'm sharing an experience, like I decided to walk through the park, one of the best parks that I go to, is my favorite spot to think creatively, do all the things. I absolutely love going through this neighborhood because I'm trying to co-create and I'm definitely loving the vibes of the houses and stuff like that. When you're talking about stuff like that, you want to incorporate B-roll, which is if you're talking about a neighborhood, you're going to show that neighborhood. Maybe you're driving through it. That's a great hack to add a little more element and creativity to your storytelling. Another great thing is that when you're walking and saying, you know, I love this park that I'm going to, maybe you're talking about it when it comes down to the vlogs, and then you're like, oh, I love to get the Starbucks, like, and then you're showing it right here, and this is B-roll. So B-roll is just taking like still videos, not still videos, but like videos that show things that you're talking about to incorporate into your vlog, because that is chef's kiss when you can include A-roll, which is this, and B-roll to show emphasis on what the story is and taking them through that. I'm still learning how to vlog and how to share my story and my element with you, but I thought this was a great way because I've done vlogging in public before, but never like holding my phone out in public. But then again, there's nobody around. So this is a step up. Do with whatever feels comfortable for you, because at the end of the day, your audience loves you. And they're accepting of no matter what you create when it comes down to your creation. And your creation is your content. And when you're able to incorporate different elements and tell your story, be authentic, be transparent, share things that maybe they would have never known about you, or like even share things that you would normally never share. But you don't have to share it all either. It's just taking people on an experience of having something different, because we all like watching people do things that are different, but access to create it, that's a whole different ballgame. Now, this is the type of B-roll I would do. I would scan it really quickly and then put some music over it. Another way is to go down and then up to showcase a different angle. So if you enjoyed this content, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to learn how to optimize and monetize your channel to get paid by YouTube, not create content that doesn't get seen, so that way you're seen all over the world. Feel free to go check out the training down below. I'll leave it in the links in the description. Other than that, thank you so much for spending the day with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you later. We got all the sounds. We got kids laughing, we got motors, we got birds chirping, like it's a vibe.